d4, knight f6, knight f3, bishop f4. It's white London system. White playing the London system is very, very hard for the white player to get anything against the classical defenses that Levon plays so very well. So bishop f4 is an attempt to mix things up. Levon, recognizing the trend, doubtlessly well prepared, also following the games of Magnus very carefully. Magnus has bishop f4 in his repertoire. Has played c5, e3, knight c6, c3, e6, knight b2, bishop e7. I never really understood why bishop d6 wasn't just simply a good equalizing move. To my mind, black is fine after this move. I think it's actually the main move. Bishop e7 has a subtle nuance. With the move bishop e7, black actually is threatening to play the move knight f6, h5, possibly capturing this bishop on f4. And if white plays the move h2, h3, then the move bishop d6, white earns the tempo h3, but now he can't simply retreat his bishop to g3 because the h2 pawn is on h3. So after the move bishop e7, Baskaran played knight e5, by the way, as a double point, not only bringing the knight to the desirable e5 square, but also protecting the h5 square. Very quickly, knight d7 by Levon. Must say I'm not a big fan of the move bishop d3. I think we all know from the World Championship match between Boris Spassky and Tigran Petrosian. It made a great impression on me. The game, it wasn't this particular position, but it was the game where Petrosian played in g5, bishop g3, h5. After h3, what Petrosian did is he fianchettoed his bishop to the queen side and castled long, and this pawn on e5 was more of a liability than an asset. And it was actually one of the most beautiful games I ever saw when I was a kid. I thought it was just fantastic play by Tigran Petrosian. Anyway, let me get caught up on the position. This is the moment that Levon can capture on e5. And again, I do like the ideas for black very much. After knight e5 takes, g5, and h5, I would prefer to have black. I'm not a big fan of what Baskaran has done here. All right, and now the challengers group last year. Today he faces the experienced and wonderful player from Armenia, Levon Aronian. When we left it really in the opening stages, knight d7, bishop d3. I was banging the table for knight takes e5, d takes e5, g5, bishop h5, a line of play I just think is cool. And you should play cool chess. I think that this would have been cool. Levon, who's a cool player, actually just went castles. A little mystifying to me. Queen h5, f5. Now again, he's definitely ready to play knight takes e5, most especially now that his pawn is on f5. And after knight d f3, trades, lots of trades. Boy, there was a real hacking going on there. Bishop d7, castles. Well, black is doing just perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. Rook f7, g4, rook f8, gf5, and now g6. Hamana. G6. Wow. Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to get my Zen on here and understand what's going on. Okay, so everybody will ask the direct question, what am I doing after takes on G6? Of course, rook takes F3 is embarrassing. So what does Levon have in mind? I suppose he wants to recapture. Queen G4. And is this one of those positions where it's something like a perpetual check downstairs? I suppose this is no risk for black. Wow. Okay. Now, again, I'm a pawn grabber. As much as I'm thinking, okay, it's nice to secure a draw. I always look if there. Once I see a draw in a position, then I think, okay, let me look and see if I can find a way of winning it. Okay, there's also the move Queen B1 check, and going over here and nibbling some pawns. In this case, because of the pawns being so weak on G6 and E6, I suspect that this is a line that Levon should best avoid. I mean, you're winning pawns on the queen side, but white is probably winning too many pawns and with check for that. So it looks like Queen D1 check and a perpetual is in sight. Let me just make sure I've got the perpetual. Why do I have a perpetual? Check, king, king. I don't think I have a perpetual. That's not fair. I was sure I had a perpetual. So in this case, Levon may end up having to take on F3 and getting that position that we had a moment ago. This is actually very nice for white. Well, how did this happen? Let me just get up to date with the play. After G6, I'm looking at F takes G6, and I'm wondering what exactly Levon has in mind. Fg6, Hg6, Queen G4. Adhiban to play. I don't see any move other than rook takes F3. I can do it a different way. I can go rook takes F3, rook takes F3, rook takes F3, and only now go after these pawns, because in this particular case, then it's different. I've got a pawn on Z3 I can capture. Whew! Okay, for a moment there, I just had a serious shock that Levon was in trouble. I see he's not in trouble. G6 is well timed, well played. Takes, rook to, and follow it up very precisely with rook takes F3 and rook takes F3, and black is fine. Let's go back to Sergei Karyakin's game again. All right. More interesting games. We'll drop in on Pavel's game for a moment. Not too much has changed. After rook, we left it at rook G3, bishop H6, king H8. Bishop C1, king G8, and a potential repetition, but no. Adhiban did play the move Queen G5. He couldn't make the move F5 G6 work, and so white has played this, and Levon should be doing simply excellent. So we're going to take a break, our second break of our round 3 of the 2017 Tata Steel Chess Tournament, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. I hope you've been enjoying our coverage. I I, like you, are looking forward to the players joining us after the game, but we can't always be certain that they will make themselves available. We can only hope. We'll see you at the other side of the break.